Hello, it's Elizabeth and I'm here in my art loft again. Today I'm going to show you my second sold journal. This one was done on a commission because the last one I did, two people wanted, and so the one person said, well, I'll go ahead and let you just make me a new one. And I said, well, okay. So I haven't made one like this exactly, but it is made with the same kind of things as the last one, My Secret Garden Journal, which is also on a video. On this one, I made, the other one had a book cover that was book covers, and this one I just made up the book covers. So I made a spine that is very movable, and the spine has a little fringe on it that you might think would get in the way, but really you can lay the book flat without, and it has lovely little things to open it, but you can lay the book flat with this under the spine part, and therefore the covers, it doesn't mess up with the covers. So if we open this up, and I love the fact that the foredge of it has such colorful colors there, and I showed it to the person that's getting it and they like that too. So I think we're going to be really happy with it. I am, so I hope she is. Okay, so when we open the cover has two pieces that I glued back to back. One's covered with book cloth and the other's covered with marbled paper. On the first page I put a napkin collage, and each of these pages is done with roll-offs or leftovers from my jelly prints. So this one was stamp off of butterfly, this big butterfly that I had, and I didn't do anything to that one. I thought that I know that the person that's getting it wants to use it for an actual journal, so that she's going to be writing in different spaces here, so I didn't want to clutter every page with something. So if the page was interesting to me, or that I thought that I would want to write on it, then I just left it so that, I mean, she could make this into a pocket if she wants, and if she doesn't, then it can be just a fold out, or she can rip it off if she wants. I mean, that's why this journal is supposed to be used for writing rather than just beauty. Personally, I think it's quite beautiful myself. This one had a torn off edge down here, but I added that, but I made it so that you would know that I meant to add it and meant to make it there. So I made it a little grungy around there. Can't really see it on this side. Some of the pages have the small rollers rolling them, and multiple colors and so on. I'm going to kind of flip through fast because I want to get this done in half an hour. This one has a stamp that says "Do what makes your soul shine," and that was from a set of quotes that I got from Pink Fresh Studio. Anyway, I used just a couple of quotes in here. I thought that would maybe entice her to put additional quotes. So I put sometimes some butterflies. This one is a multi-colored one. In this case, I have a little fold-out thing just for fun. Additional notes to be put there. And to keep the brads from showing through, I put another one of these little flowers in the same spot. I wrote in my handwriting, "Smell the roses," because I like my handwriting. And then we can toggle that and put that back around there. I think this, some of the pages are, this page itself is interesting enough by itself because of the odd paint things, plus it's got gold on there, and I love the gold, of course. This one I just glued a few extra leaves on because I had them and I liked the way it looked. Some more butterflies. This one I folded interesting so that when you look at that as a spread, it's interesting, and then when you open it up, it's also interesting because this is orange, of course, instead of red. And this is orange, of course, instead of red. And then the extra Japanese paper here just adds to it. And I've just put in another piece of paper for her to journal on. More of the butterflies. That's the other side of that page, of course. It has 6 signatures. We've gone through 1 signature so far. This page, these are just strange roll. This was when I was doing my forest floor series, and so I got some really weird and wild colors on it. Here's another Japanese piece of paper. Little pieces that I had left over from things. This is a piece that had roll off on one side and nothing on the other side. I did do some distress ink on that, of course. I use gathered twigs because that's the one that's my favorite. And I just put a little handle on it because it was a little bit skinny. But I wanted it skinny, but the little handle then kind of works with this flow of leaves. I like this page. I think it's interesting. Yeah, there's 2 pages there. There are. Okay, there we are. It's yellow. Yay. Okay. Just interesting pages. This one, I took a little stamp that I have of ants because I like the way this had the little trough in here of, you know, no color right in the middle, so I kind of just stamped it around. I thought that was fun. I thought that might encourage her to write sideways. Of course, I'm not positive how wild she goes with writing, but I was showing her a journal I did some time ago. I was showing it to her in video, and she was liking the way that I wrote upside down and backwards and everything. Here's a fold-out pocket page. Could be a pocket, could have something in there. Doesn't right now. That's okay with me. The back of that's really pretty, though. The next page, I really like this. It's actually got some texture to it because it was really thick paint when I rolled it off. I'm not that fond of this page, but she liked it when I showed her that particular page in the video. I showed her a couple of the things, not everything that's in the book, but since I believe I'm finished and ready to send it, I wanted to do a walkthrough. This is another napkin collage, just on the corners, and then of course it's got gold in the middle. There's another gold page. Gold pages are always good. This was a roll off of small brayer, and then my stamp off of some of the stamps that I've created. And it makes for a textural page, but it'll be interesting to write around those places. Here's another one stamp that I created. I created that one too, but that's kind of not as exciting. There's another one that I did. This is one that I did that I folded strange and cut the corner strange, but it'll be kind of fun to write on. This is a very matte white, and there's stamps that I've done. This one I just folded strange in the middle, and it goes together there, and I did that sort of so that it would have as long as it could have for this stripedy stuff here. I like that. There's those same ones, the other side of the long stamp that I created, and the other side of that other piece. Some more just interesting. Here's another fold-out piece. I gave her a little, just a little card in here that she can write on too, because I thought it'd be fun. And that looks like an envelope, and I put a little closure for it. She could put something in behind there as well. And it has kind of a pocket, a tuck space in here. I glued it on this side and this side to make it stable, but that you could put, you could put something in there. Get out of the way, you. Another gold page. This one has a lovely little flowers. Now, if that becomes too cumbersome to write on other pages, what I would suggest would be to use a piece of acrylic or something behind the page that you're going to write on, so that you don't, have the lumpy bumps. Because if you were going to write, say, on this next page here, then, that's very lumpy, and that would be a pain to write on. But all you have to do is put a little piece of acrylic in behind there, and then it'll work fine. Or if she decides she doesn't like that, she can rip it out. You can always rip off a page in your books that you're writing in. You can rip them off, short, and then glue another page on. Okay, this has a little stencil on it. I don't know if you can see it. I did that before I put that lumpy thing in there, or it would have been difficult for me to do the stencil. That's a matte white. This has some of my fish prints that were stamp offs because I was doing some fish This is a stamp I created. Just interesting things. I had to put a sunflower in there because I have sunflowers in my bathroom in my studio, and I was showing her those in another video, and she was impressed, so I put a sunflower in there for her. I think I've got another one in there somewhere. I really like this page. I like the way that the colors have blended. Here I've got another lacy type thing with another card, and this is actually a lovely piece of paper, which was an art paper, and you know, for like collage or whatever, that I purchased some time ago, but I never used it. So I said, well, why don't I just use that as cards for her, and she'll like it, I'm sure. And here's another one that folds out. Learned how to do these on Pinterest. I did a tutorial for them in one of my groups. They seem to like it. Again, some more fish, just black, but not just plain black. This has got a copper in behind it, so it's not as boring as if it was plain black. There's multicolored stuff that's pretty. Some more fish. Each different each different signature has kind of a theme, I guess, to it. The first one had butterflies. This one has some more butterflies. Those are orange butterflies, and silver and yellow ones there. The first one had butterflies. The second one, the leaf shapes and you know, multicolors like that and things like that. And then the third one had a lot of these, and then the fourth one had a lot of blends, and the fifth one has the butterfly again and some other odd stamp off that I've done. I like this page. I think this is a lot of fun with the colors not being just kind of straight across. The color blocking, if you want to call it, which, you know, makes it straight across. It's kind of fun. I mean, you'd have fun writing on that, but something like this is also interesting. I folded these two pages over so that you wouldn't have just so much orange, because I like the orange and blue together. And then, of course, it's got it on each side, so I think that's a visually appealing page spread. There's another sunflower for her. I used colored pencil for the stem. I think she can color those in at will. And this is a little tuck spot. It's got a little page here that opens. And that's just pinkish, because this is pink here. And I glued this on here because this was a boring side, just plain black, and the other side's got sparkly in it, so it's not bad. And this goes together nicely. Oops. Come on, you. There we go. Some more butterflies. Of course, you could paint any of these pages you wanted. I mean, you can paint them, you can draw on them, whatever. On the last one, I did several stencil things. This one has a real thin, I took a thread and wrapped it around or put it on my jelly plate, and I got this really intricate, tiny design. I don't know if you can actually see that. But then I put a stencil on here to make it more interesting, and stencil on this page because I thought that it needed something. And I made it so that when it opens up, you have another, you know, the full stencil too. This doesn't have a stencil on it, but if you look closely, it does have a little bit of patterning in that stuff. This one has some leaves as well as one of the other ones did. I think Signature 2 had leaves. This one, I didn't like the black, and I wanted to put on something, and I liked this piece of tracing paper that I had, so I just attached it at the top so it'd be easy to write under it if you wanted to write on it if you wanted to, and if you really wanted to, you could probably remove it. I like that orange and that blue. And this one is a napkin applique on that brown. I like the way that it's the two colors. It has a bit of texture to it because I didn't smooth out all the wrinkles, but I think that's okay. This is interesting. I like that blue when it's got the gold in behind it. And then the blue folded over the orange. This black was okay because it had just a solid here, but then it had not so solid on the other side, so I like that okay. Just put some butterflies on here. These butterflies I had used on my gel plate, so they're different colors, and the blue is over the gold, or the gold's over the blue. I'm not sure which. I think the gold's over the blue. Some more of the leaf stamp-offs. And a copper page. And this is a kind of a pink, and there's something stamped on there. Oh, it's an upside-down butterfly, but you can't really tell what it is. It's just that. And there we have it finished, and we have the string again that was on my gel plate, and this is the marbled paper that's on the back page. And I made a boo-boo. I had my ink pad open when I was doing something, so it got green on it right in the corner, so I just stamped a little ant there. I hope she likes that too, because that's the way it is. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, anything you like. Good night.